We are working out for the next 365 days in a row. So many of us struggle to make positive changes in our lives, and I tend to give up too. We can't stick to our goals. You see, we've done this challenge at least 10 times, reaching 200 plus days at least twice. I was hoping to get myself into breakdancing shape because I always wanted to breakdance. And failure was crushing. And sometimes when you fail a lot, you give up. And in my case, you give up on your dreams for good. I made excuses instead. But now, even if I give up, or I sleep in, or I stop, we're just going to start over again. We will become stronger. So what follows are my workouts and thoughts each day. Every day, we can decide to make good choices. So don't give up on yourself.
Hello and welcome to Workout Every Day, day number 8, where we're going to be taking a look at some ankle mobility. So I want to take a look here at increasing the range of motion in my ankle by doing a variety of different things. And the main thing that I really wanted to change with my ankle is my ability to have some knee over toe flexibility here. Things like being able to drop down into a squat with relatively flat back. More specifically for the breakdancing training, position 0, or that very low position on the knee. We want to get super duper low there so that the knee is able to travel over the toe, especially in that position. If you're not able to hold it and you have a lot of quad weakness, it's probably most likely due to not having the mobility there. So that's something that I do need to work on. And now I know a lot of people that do these end up using resistance bands to try and increase the range of motion and make it a little bit more intense, but I'm not really there yet, so this is why I do this. Or I have something weighted, probably put it on the knee. That does help as well. But these are kind of my go-to, and then I have maybe one or two other exercises. I've also been thinking about doing version of the ankle, mixing things up, trying to make things a little bit different, just so I have more of a stable base, because it's a pretty big weak point. You have a weakness at the ankle, it travels all the way up to, knee, hip, and everything else. A decent question for programming right now is whether or not there should be anything in there for the calf and strengthening it, making it just a little bit more flexible and balanced. And I'd like to say yes, but because there's already so much plyometric work that's in there, I'm starting to doubt how much I should add, because I'm really weak with tibialis anterior, the muscle right in front, and dorsiflexion, which is basically raising up that ankle and lifting the toe, right? So because that is such a big problem, I don't know how much calf work I'm going to insert, or maybe it's I need to target a specific muscle in the calf. Now, depending on whether or not you're doing seated calf raises versus standing, there is a deeper calf muscle, I believe it's called soleus, and I need to do a little bit more research as to whether or not I need to strengthen that. But this is just a little drill I'm doing. It's using a wall, taking a step or two back, and then you lean into it. You do like a calf raise here, but it's not really for the purpose of lifting heavy or getting a big pump. It's just more so working that mobility, allowing myself to rock all the way to the big toe, and then coming down very slowly onto the heel, and then rocking back up into dorsiflexion, or me raising that ankle there. And I am pretty happy that I'm getting this much mobility done in this particular routine, but there are some adjustments that I'm probably going to have to make. Essentially, I really wanted to work deviation of the wrist. It's not shown here on video. I'm mainly working flexion extension, doing wrist elevation, trying to focus on pressing through the fingertips, and then also doing a set with the inner knuckle. All that's really great for the hands, but something that I don't think a lot of people talk about is deviation. You've probably seen the exercise where somebody has a bar, they're holding it the very end part of the bar, and then they kind of rotate the wrist by flexing it side to side. And I think that has a lot of benefit for wrist strength over time, and especially with calisthenics, you're going to need as much as you can get because you're loading your whole body and fairly heavy, especially if you're somebody like, I don't know, say like 5'8" to 5'11", maybe a bit taller, and you weigh like 180, 190, 200. Like, that's a lot of weight to apply to the wrist. So if you don't actually do anything for it, it's going to be harder unless you're doing a bunch of different planche variations, a lot of different push-up variations all the time, and you've built up, tendons, ligaments, and you have that history already. If you're going into it fresh, I strongly recommend doing some form of wrist training, wrist flexibility routine, bare minimum once a week. I would probably say twice a week is optimal. It's just I don't have the time. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the time being, and I'm following the program as it has been written for me by me, so it's working pretty well. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.